this is Gyourko, practice recording of job development certification customized employment presentation. The date is Tuesday, June 28th, 2016, and I'll dive right into the presentation. ServiceSource is an agency that helps connect job seekers with employment opportunities. We are a nationwide disability resource organization with presence in 10 states plus DC. Our headquarters is right here in Fairfax County, Virginia. We have over 40 years of experience providing employment services to individuals. We specialize in matching individuals with disabilities to employment opportunities and in looking at the best circumstances and conditions for participants to make valuable workplace contributions. Our agency engages in three fundamental types of supported employment activities: internship development, connecting individuals with particular job openings, and customizing a job for a specific person. This third characterization of services is what I'll be talking about today. In this presentation, we'll outline how we can customize a position to meet your specific business needs. Delving a little bit deeper into the concept of customized employment. Customized employment means individualizing the employment relationship between the employer and the job seeker. It's based on the individualized determination of strengths, needs, interests, and skills on the job seeker's part, and it's designed to meet the specific needs of the employer. The U.S. Department of Labor recognizes this definition of customized employment. For example, in a typical traditional hiring scenario, a hiring manager and a prospective employee, a candidate for a position, may get an hour of face-to-face time if they're lucky. This customized employment approach is designed to take the time to really get to know our participants. This in turn is going to lead to better matching for specific individuals to particular job opportunities. The customized employment approach is designed to provide a more holistic understanding of the individual, really trying to get at who they are, where their interests and strengths and motivations lie, and how those can be applied in a work setting for the individual to make a valuable contribution to a specific organization. It's giving us information and giving us a sense of the individual that a more traditional hiring context may not provide. The discovery process is a series of activities that we engage in with the participant. It's helping us to get to know the job seeker. We're not just spending time with a particular individual talking, we're engaging with an individual in a variety of contexts, novel and routine. We may perform interviews with family friends, former teachers, colleagues, former supervisors, volunteer and work shift supervisors, for instance. We're engaging alongside individuals in a variety of activities. Could be participating in recreational and volunteer activities in a community, home, school setting. We're using this information that we gather across this variety of contexts to build an individualized profile of our specific person. The profile provides the blueprint for matching the job seeker with a particular employment opportunity. And I think getting to know our people makes the difference in terms of quality of matches. Having this kind of profile, building this kind of profile and this knowledge base is going to give us the clarity that we need to begin to think about what motivates this individual, what are they good at, where are they going to be able to apply their skills and interests in the workplace, what environment, what conditions for success are necessary, what experience and characteristics the individual brings to the table. The process is designed to give us a comprehensive picture of what works for a particular person. We're learning about interest, for example, because if the individual is interested in the work that they're doing, I think that translates to motivation, right? And we like to use the iceberg analogy here. And this is partially what I meant when I talked about changing the way we think about hiring. When you meet people briefly, you usually see a lot of surface material, but the discovery process is designed to give us a chance to see what's under the iceberg. The people we represent do have unique skills to contribute to your business. Our job is to determine whether you and your organization have specific needs to match those skills. Our goal is to create a job description that meets your needs and the needs of the job seeker. Just as we work with individuals during the discovery process I mentioned during the previous slide, we're working with them to really get to know who they are and where their interests are. We'd like to work with your organization to identify some of your potential areas of need. One of the ways we do this is by conducting a facility tour. During these tours, we are meeting and speaking with staff, we're observing the work environment, and we're getting a chance to immerse ourselves in the workplace. This example, we were conducting a tour of an IT contractor providing IT and computer hardware and software services for government here in the DC area. We spoke with staff and we learned that having someone on hand to assist with data entry when they get a backlog of customer orders would be very helpful for them. It would help with streamlining their workflow. It would help existing staff better prioritize their tasks. Learning how your business does business is going to help us identify unmet needs, if you have any, which allows us to create customized job descriptions. There are several examples of common organizational needs that we find. Episodic duties, for example, these are daily, weekly, or monthly tasks, such as filing, email categorization, and newsletter creation, that sometimes can get done at the last minute or get put on the back burner. Having somebody deal with these peripheral but still important tasks can help ensure smooth workflow and reduce task pileup. Backups and bottlenecks, for example, we took a tour of a local warehouse facility. We found that during certain times of the day, their call order volume increased dramatically, and often they'd experience data entry backups as a result of the increase. Having somebody help in this area, specifically dedicated to data entry during a particular time of day, would allow custom orders to get out quicker, which allows for faster delivery of products and services. So this is customization that helps a business's bottom line. Material supply, placing orders for ink, paper, any office supplies. If you delegate this task to a particular person, it allows existing staff to keep doing what they're doing. They don't need to stop prioritized tasks to handle this one area of need if you've got somebody dedicated to handling this area. Same thing with waste and scrap materials, collection of paper scraps in a sign fabrication facility, for instance. It helps staff streamline workflows, promotes efficiency, since each individual staff member doesn't have to stop what they're doing to collect waste and scrap materials. If you have somebody assigned to collect those materials and part of their role involves data entry at a specific time of day, now you're talking about the sort of customized position that matches individual interests and skills to business opportunities and needs, and it creates the conditions that are going to allow for promoted efficiency and increased workflow, the smoothness. Task delegation in general. Sometimes certain tasks, as I mentioned before, filing or sifting through mail piles, there are a variety of tasks that can get lost in the mix of a busy schedule. Often at the end of a job description, you'll get a miscellaneous variety of tasks that can get pushed to the side or reprioritized as the schedule wears on. You find yourself sacrificing time from core duties to attend to these peripheral but again still important tasks. Having someone at a different pay grade delegated to handle these functions can promote efficiently and help prioritize workloads in the best possible way. Things like records management, general file organization, data entry, data compilation, event research, and coordination, if properly delegated, can save organizations significant amounts of time and money. So all the above tasked and work areas can be identified and rolled into an aggregate position, and that's how we would craft a customized role. I'm going to delve into some specific examples of how we've seen customized employment work in specific settings. For the IT and computer hardware position that's depicted in these photographs here, this young man now holds a position at an IT contracting firm. He has a position that includes testing, basic maintenance, testing software and hardware for both computers and printers. So his primary tasks are software and hardware maintenance for printers and computers. Now these main tasks were combined with episodic duties such as software updates, system scans, installation of new software and device attachments as they became available. On certain days of the week, responsibilities also included checking printer for supplies, supply requisition, basic maintenance of of other machines such as fax machines and copy machines. And on a monthly basis, the role was also responsible for checking warehouse equipment for functionality and running tests in a specific warehouse context setting. So this role combines the primary work area and its associated day-to-day tasks and responsibilities with weekly and monthly duties in other departments. And these duties were put together to create the opportunity for a full-time customized position, pulling different work tasks from different departments and areas to form, coagulate, or the aggregate of this position. Karina, this individual, her discovery process revealed an array of skills and interests, including writing, photography, Native American culture, art. So the knowledge we gained during discovery about Karina was combined with observations we made during a facility tour at a U.S. Forest Service office. And we had some discussions with staff, we spoke with their leadership, and we were able to match Karina's interests and skills with an office automation clerk position at the U.S. Forest Service. Now, this position included identified need areas that we found during our facility tour and our discussions with the organization. For example, there were opportunities to assist with easing backlog data entry needs. That's a common need that we find. Opportunities to assist with correspondence and scheduling for senior staff, general administrative assistant duties during certain times of the day and during certain seasons. So Karina has multifaceted responsibilities in her role. These include receptionist duties, data entry research for events, records management, correspondence scheduling. Now she performs this variety of administrative support tasks because they're tailored to her individual strengths and how those strengths and interests fit in with the U.S. Forest Service needs as a business. These are examples of, again, how identifying and combining various business needs can form an aggregate position description. And this is the essence of creating a customized position. Before this young man, whose name is Kevin, before Kevin was hired, we were developing a relationship with a local law firm. And the records department in this law firm had been trying a variety of methods to keep their file room organized. But they were struggling to keep up as their business needs and as their caseload increased, as the volume of files incoming increased correspondingly. Records management was a significant area of need that was identified during our facility tour and during our discussions with the staff and the leadership at the law firm. During discovery, when we worked with Kevin to find out who he is, what his interests are, and what he'd like to do, we found that Kevin had an incredible memory. He's got a very fine attention to detail. Now that, combined with his strong computer literacy and related skills, along with a basic desire to work in an office environment, gave us the context to begin thinking about how we were going to match his skills and interests with the particular needs of this local law firm. We were able to determine a match between Kevin's skills and interests with an opportunity at the law firm where Kevin has created and implemented an effective records management system. He's responsible for keeping a huge volume of files of all sorts of variety and type and order, properly cataloged, and he digitizes new files as they come in. So he manages thousands of records, including legal documents that often require time-sensitive handling and very specific organization. Kevin independently manages this system, and he's recognized as having saved the law firm significant amounts of time and money as a result of his efforts. Now, they joke that when Kevin goes on vacation, at least 2 staff are needed to fill his role. And that's because he's created a unique niche for himself that allow him to apply his skills and interests in a very specific way to meet this law firm's business needs. Summing all of this up, we went through examples of what customized employment looks like when you apply it to a particular individual in a particular context. On the whole, there are significant benefits for individuals and businesses, our employer partners. On the individual end, the discovery process provides us with the knowledge we need for matching. And I think that position customization often fosters career growth and enhances performance. When the individual is matched with roles that fit their strengths and interests, they have an intrinsic motivation to continue what they're doing, to remain motivated and interested in their work. Our staff, at no cost to our employer partners, can play a support role for individuals in the work site. We're going to work with your organization to ensure conditions for successful employment are in place for each individual that we match to a particular position, for each individual that we customize a role for. Our staff support our employer partners by augmenting existing training techniques. We are there to help identify mentors and to provide solutions as supported as necessary. So for example, if an individual does very well, if they're given a very specific list of daily tasks, 8:15 workday begins, you have this particular task to do, it should last until 9:30 when this next batch of tasks in a particular work area begins. We're going to know that that is a strategy that works because we've done the work during discovery on the front end. We come in with this knowledge, and our staff are there to help identify and implement strategies for success in the workplace. On the whole, the positive impact of gainful employment in the life of a person with a disability, the impact on their financial health, on their emotional well-being, is beyond measure. For our employer partners, I think customization allows employers to really precisely apply individual strengths and skills to particular business needs. The pre-screening that is done through discovery is part of what I talked about we talked about changing the way we're thinking about hiring was one of the initial slides. Taking the guesswork out of hiring is one component of discovery, since the upfront work that we do to get to know the individual is how we're matching the individual to a particular job opportunity. So that pre-screening is done at no cost to your organization through the time and effort we put into getting to know our participants during discovery. Likewise, the facility tour that we combine, or that we complete with our prospective employer partners, that's a form of discovery. We're getting to know your organization, trying to determine if there are any unmet needs, how we can match those to a particular individual's strengths and skills. Sometimes having a fresh pair of eyes can help determine where there are potential areas of need in a workplace. And finally, one of the main components is that customized employment allows organizations to demonstrate and showcase their commitment to diversity and inclusion in the workplace. If we find an unmet need during a facility tour, a needs analysis, we're going to help develop a job description, and we'll come to you with a proposal. We're offering a free analysis and candidate pre-screening, essentially. If you choose to create a position based on our matching and needs analysis, we'll also provide ongoing support for the employee. We do ask that you treat the person same as you would treat any other employed individual in your workplace. So the next step is to schedule a tour. I know that's a lot of information to present to you at any one particular time, so I'm always available to answer any questions as they might arise. Please see contact information here, and I just want to thank you so much for your time this afternoon.